All right, so as three key witnesses are about to testify regarding the attack on our consulate in Benghazi, one question remains. Who the hell cares? I mean, really, it happened such a long time ago, and what difference does it make? Which leads me to another question. What kind of story merits examination? The thing is, Benghazi isn't complex. It's very simple. People needed help on 9/11. They were denied. 4 people died. The government falsely blamed the video. You can't get any easier than that. That's Scandal 101. Even Howie Kurtz could follow it, and he's an idiot. Especially compared with other massive scandals. Watergate, people lied, no one died. Benghazi, the president shilled after people were killed. Wouldn't that merit hard-hitting reporting on par with Watergate? Maybe if it were Republican involved, not if it's Obama. Since the media gatekeepers have so much invested in the president, his incompetence reflects their poor choices. They're the parents in the grandstand blaming the ump for their son's ineptitude. They're the pals covering for their buddy when he's out with another girl. They're the guy who holds on to your drugs. Which is why when Obama's first impulse was to falsely push a video, no one really cared. And so tomorrow you can ask all the questions you want, but if the media decides it's not as interesting as Valerie Plame, those questions are irrelevant. Maybe the administration will be held accountable. The media, never. Their only punishment is that they have to live with themselves, which might be punishment enough. So, Kimberly, I want to go to you first. Predictions for tomorrow. How do you think this thing's going to go?
I hope people pay attention to it. I think it's going to be significant because the reports that we're getting, at least preliminary reports, show that there is quite a bit of information that they were not forthcoming with, that there was very, very significant editing of the talking points, and that's what we've seen so far. So there's going to have to be some questions answered, and who's going to ultimately take the fall for this or take responsibility? You know, Hillary Clinton is no longer in that position, but with high aspirations for 2016, and that I think is going to be the biggest fallout from this.
Ironically, Bob, Obama could might have not only prevented Hillary from becoming president in 2008, but also 2016.
Interesting.
Yeah, good point. If I could just ask us all to take a breath here and step back. You've got 3 people who are going to be, no, wait, I'm just saying, you've got 3 people going to testify tomorrow. They're going to be asked a lot of questions. My question is, what is Hicks' motive in doing this? Is it just purely for doing it out of his own, because he thought it was the wrong thing to do? If so, why wasn't it done earlier than this? I mean, I just, before we start throwing accusations around about the President of the United States, we ought to hear the facts.
Although, Bob, if the situation was reversed and this was the McCain administration and it was Senator Obama involved in the questioning, you would be pretty stoked.
Yeah, but I'm a partisan.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I love about you. Eric, what do you see happening? The administration story's falling apart. Yeah. Can't they just tell the truth?
Just 2 quick points, because I really want to save this for tomorrow and then unload after we hear some of the hearings. Obama slept through the terror attack on Benghazi. He slept through the 3 a.m. wake-up call, the proverbial call. He flew to Vegas on Fundraiser 1. Delivered his thing, and then the campaign told him, don't worry, what happens in Benghazi stays in Benghazi, and turns out it didn't, because tomorrow we'll find out exactly what happened in Benghazi.
That sounds like ambient.
But isn't it interesting that, No, it's you know, it happens in Benghazi. Isn't it interesting, though, 7 months or 8 months ago, that was a long time ago, but for the last 5 years, it's been Bush's fault. But that wasn't too much of a long time ago, but 8 months is too long ago.
Dana? What do you think anybody will ask who pushed the video this time?
Well, you said, you know, I wrote down in your monologue, you said there's only one question.
Yeah.
You said, well, I don't remember what that was.
It was who the hell cares. It was going to be who pushed the video.
Because it was who pushed the video. That really gets to the heart of it. I want one point about, you're going to hear a lot about the editing of the talking points. They didn't edit talking points. They edited the facts of the intel community's assessment in order to make talking points for themselves and for Susan Rice. Who then goes
that's the number one question here. If that's the case, if they took facts, I mean, these talking points get handed around to a lot of different agencies before they're made public. If they took the facts and they altered the facts in the talking points, then somebody's in deep trouble. If they took it and they edited it as normally through a government process, they didn't want this out, they want that piece out. But if they took facts and changed them, then somebody's got to fall for it.
I wanted to show this picture. This is White House Chief of Staff, Dennis McDonough.
Yep.
Here he is. He brought donuts to the press room.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the press for all the great work they do.
Interesting timing.
Dumb question. Is Ambassador Rice going to testify?
I don't know.
Tomorrow,
wouldn't that be interesting if
she's getting an award tomorrow night?
Well, I know, but why wouldn't they ask her, hey, Who changed your talking point?
Why don't they ask the people who prepped her for her Sunday shows? Because from the Friday to Saturday,
Exactly.
I mean, believe me, there were people there who were running her through her paces.
There's
Did
domino
anybody,
chain
at any point, did somebody say, I don't think this story will hold up to
Can we
scrutiny?
do this? Can the five ask the congressional? Can we ask Darrell Rice to call Ambassador Rice or former Ambassador Rice?
He can always subpoena if he wants to.
I would love to hear that.
We've got to move on. Point about the donuts. Why did they bring the donuts?
So there's
a hole in the story.
a hole.
Yes. Very
I was
good.
going with
But why didn't they
something
bring
else
donut holes?
Nice
Those are
one,
much
Dana.
tastier.
You're
Donut
a
holes.
terrible person. All right. Greta Van Susteren, you know who
Sinkhole.
she is. Sinkhole.